Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic day. I'm Scott Molchan with $1 Million Landscaper, and today I wanted to hop in and chat with you about why you need an employee handbook in your landscaping business. This is something that we see many people don't have or don't really think it's important. And if you've been in business for any bit of time or had any employees along the way, you can probably relate how sometimes we've had employees come to you asking kind of silly questions or not sure, what the pay is or when you're going to get paid or what your vacation time is, or if you have some kind of disciplinary action you need to take. What is your policy on this? So it is important to kind of really put together some kind of employee handbook for your team. What's up, Mott's Landscaping, Personal Touch, New York? Appreciate you guys being here. So, like I said, today we wanted to chat with you about having an employee handbook. And let me know, do you guys currently have an employee handbook in your landscaping business? Put it in the chat area. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. So first off, just to get clear, a employee handbook is really just it's a document that outlines the policies, the procedures, and really the expectations of your business. It can serve as a reference point for your employees, and it can help ensure that everyone is on the same page. That is like the biggest thing for me, is everyone's on the same page. Everybody has a clear understanding of what's going on, why this is happening, why we're doing it this way. An employee handbook should cover like pretty much all aspects of your landscaping business, from like safety protocols to time off policies. And it really helps you um, just provide the guidelines that the employees need to follow along anywhere and everything that's going on. What's up, Tall Grass Lawn Maintenance? Appreciate you being here. So today we're talking about employee handbooks. This is something that I see many people feel they don't need until they do. Um, the employee handbooks can also go over, like I said, attendance issues, what to do if they're late. Um, being clear on like your pay scales and overtime rules. And see, Mott's Landscaping says just a couple of pages of employee workplace expectation and contract. Okay, you have a employee contract. Awesome. Um, so yeah, the handbook, like I said, goes over like attendance issues, what your overtime rules are, vacation days, sick days, all those types of things, and it should lay it out very clear for new employees and people who've been on your team for some time. You can go over like health benefits and pretty much everything. And some of the main reasons why you need to have it, like I said, is because makes everything clear. So there's no misunderstandings of what's going on in your business. There's no miscommunication, everything between you and your employee. I can tell you, for example, um, we had an employee that he wasn't the best worker. He was all right, but he could drive. He could operate the machinery. And then we had an employee that was really good, and the employee that could drive, he, like I said, wasn't always the best. He would come in late and whatnot, and we would go like and get after this person and yell and scream at him and write him up. But the person that was a good employee, did everything that where we thought should be going on, we would just kind of say something to him. And this person would always just kind of get mad because we weren't treating everybody fair. We weren't treating people fair with our raises and pay increases. Because we liked this person more, we gave him a little bit more money than this person, even though they do the same thing. And just really caused a lot of issues between not only the employee and us, but between the employees themselves. They were starting to, why are you getting more money than I'm getting money? Because everybody talks about it. We can say, hey, don't say anything to this person, but it happens. So you need to have something that outlines exactly what is going to go on. And like I said, it helps prevent any misunderstandings, miscommunications between you and employees. And that is probably the biggest thing that I see. The other thing is why we need an employee handbook is the legal issues. It helps protect you and your employees, and just everything goes on in your business, because everything has to be run through, from whether it's a verbal complaint or a fight or sexual harassment, all those types of things. All those kind of go into play with it. So having an employee handbook is very important to help protect your business and keep things in line where it needs to be legally. If you're an at-will state, you should state that. If you, um, paying time and a half, which most of us, everybody pretty much should that's listening to this, make sure that all those things are outlined. This is the type of thing that we have one inside our Millionaire Academy that it's like 30 some pages long, and it pretty much goes through everything, like how to use email, cell phone usage. I'm just trying to think of all the stuff on top of my head. I should have pulled it up, but again, like the attendance issues. If you're late, what happens? How we handle employee write-up. So, like, first time will be a verbal warning. Second time is a written warning. Third times are a final warning, and after that is termination. But we have all those types of things laid out. We have the form that goes along with it. So if you write somebody up, we have that there too. What's up, JM Signs? Avril, Zach, appreciate you being here. Stratus Escapes, appreciate you being here. Today, we're talking about employee handbooks and how important they are for your business. Um, it is something that we didn't have right away, and it wasn't until we started actually putting one in place and following it. That's the key thing. You can put this stuff in place, but you have to follow up on it and make sure you stay in line with it. So we started seeing, we didn't start seeing results until we started doing it. If you fall off of not using it, then it starts causing issues. So it's one of those things. If you create it, you have to follow. You have to keep following it all the way through. I mean, you can make changes every so often, but you need to adhere to it and treat everybody fairly and equally. Otherwise, you can end up with a legal issue. So I'm sure encourage you guys to get one together, put one together. I mean, you can grab them anywhere. We do have one. It's like I said, it's inside the Millionaire Academy, but they're all over the place. Now, I do recommend if you go get one online, wherever you get it from, have a legal professional look it over for your business, your area, to make sure it is all legal like and for your state and everything. Now, there are some different things out there that could cause you some issues. So make sure, like I said, make sure you have an attorney or a legal professional review those. Um, Let me know in the chat session. Are you guys using a employee handbook? Are you following it on a regular basis? Love to see what you guys are doing. Just a reminder that we are having a workshop, a plan your 2023 workshop coming up on, let's see, December 27th. It's going to be at 5 p.m. We're going to be pretty much all the same channels we're on right now on YouTube. It won't be on Instagram. It'll be on YouTube and our Facebook group. So I'd love to have you guys in there. We're going to be talking about planning yourself or planning your business for 2023. And it's not just going to be just about business. It's going to be about yourself and getting your goals that you want to accomplish done. Whether it's you want to make a paycheck or take a paycheck this year, or you want to increase your profits this year, we're going to help you kind of work through some of those and talk through some of those things and get it planned out. Again, that's happening on the 27th at 5 p.m. So I'd love to have you guys in that. We'll be posting stuff everywhere. So what's Adrian? Appreciate you being here. Aaron's Lawn Care. Appreciate you being here. And then the last thing I wanted to mention that we are having our 3-month accelerator starting here in January. Our first class is going to be going on, make sure I say this right, is the first week of January. I believe the 3rd is when we're doing that. But it's going to be starting soon. And that's going to be a 3-month accelerator where we're going to be spending every single week for the next 3 months having a 90-minute coaching call. And the first month, we're going to dial in all your numbers. If you are struggling trying to put together estimate based on your business's numbers, not just what the going rate is or what you've heard what you should be charging or what some people are saying on Facebook, what they should be charging. No, this is based on your business's numbers. Had some exciting news today. We had one of our Academy members, they made a 104% increase today from where they were last year to where they are now. So this is just by going through your numbers, understanding what you need to charge and charging appropriately. So 104% increase is awesome thing to see from this person. So they are making great strides on improving their business and charging what they need to charge. So that's going to be happening in January. During that in January, you're going to get all the calculators. You're going to get all the estimating spreadsheets. So it makes it very simple. You can easily put together an estimate and know what you're going to be making, know how much profit you're going to be making, know how many man hours it's going to take to do that job, and tell your team that you're going to get all that inside the 3-month accelerator. And then let's see, in February, we're going to be going over sales and marketing. We're going to help you put together a marketing plan that is very simple. It's not very complex. If it's complex, to me, it won't work. It's just we want to keep it simple. So we're going to go over a marketing plan. We're going to go over digital marketing using social media. Our friend Jack Joss has just put out a 2022 marketing report. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. Is some great information. He, I think it was a surveyed 163. Don't quote me, it was like 160 some people, and he found out of those 163, the top thing that they were doing to market their business was social media. So I thought this is very interesting that what many people are doing to do it, and we're going to be going over how to use the social media in the 3 month accelerator, it can really help your business. And we're going to give you tips and trips and a calendar and a guideline of how to go through it. So we're going to make it very simple for you. And then let's see, in March, we're going to be going over building your team. You know our numbers now. We can do our sales. We get our leads coming in. Now we need to have our team to go out and do this work. So we're going to give you some tips on and the employee handbook for one. We're going to give you job descriptions, applications. We're going to go over some skills assessments, performance evaluations, all these things we're going to give you, and we're going to be talking about that. And basically, it's how to hire, train, and retain your employees. So we got some great tactics. We've had people in our business 10 plus years. I think our longest lasting employee just left last year. No, 2 years ago. I'm sorry now. But he was there for, I don't even remember now. It was 15 years, going on 15 years. So he was there for a very long time, but he was not one of our highest paid employees. He was not one of our top employees. So um, Amarillo Landscaping says yes, thank you. I'm currently not, but I would like to start to cover any issues that come up. I'm curious on subcontractors and how that would work. So if you're asking about subcontractors in your handbook, you can have it in your handbook, but there's a lot of different legal things with having stuff outlined. Like you can't tell a subcontractor what to do. A subcontractor has to be basically on their own. It's kind of like a 1099 employee. You can't really give them instructions. You can tell them like, hey, I need you to go to whatever, install this gas line or water line out of this house, but they have to basically do it on their own. So you can't really I don't know if you can really technically have that in your employee handbook. You could have like your contract between the two that states some things and how you want to work together. With subcontractors, one of the things you want to do is meet them and tell them your expectations and what you expect out of them. Um, but I don't know about having it inside your employee handbook, but great question. Let me know if you guys have any other questions or anything that you're doing in your business for employee handbooks. Again, it is a very important type of thing to have in there. We don't realize how important it is until something happens. Um, things happen, accidents happen, people come and go, and you need to have this. And when you start putting this together, I do encourage you to sit down and have a meeting with your team, go over the employee handbook, and tell them why you're doing it. And don't let them know that it's not there to punish them and that you're trying to become sticklers. That you want to become a professional business, you want to take this business to the next level. And one of the things we need to do is to have everybody on the same page. Make sure everybody's clear on like what the attendance policy is, how many times they can be late, or what the vacation days. So everybody's on the same equal page. Now, I do recommend going over this with your team, and you may be doing a couple pages at a time, or um, most of us can't really sit down and do a whole 30 page and go over that. It's going to take a few hours to kind of go over it, but if you can, that's great. But I recommend just kind of breaking it down into sections, discuss it, and then come back another day or next day and discuss the next couple of chapters or sections, and keep going forward from there. But you want to get feedback. You want to get a conversation going on this with your employees, not just say, here you go sign it, and that's it. Um, I guess I didn't mention that. That's another thing you want to do is make sure you have your employees sign it, saying they agree, they understand the terms and policies and procedures, what's going on in there. Um, so that is another aspect of having the employee handbook. Let me know again. Are you guys using employee handbooks in your business? I encourage you guys to really have one. Um, EJ Line Service, appreciate you being here. Mark Schrader, appreciate you being here. But employee handbook is again vital for your business. Keeps everybody on the same page and make sure there's no misunderstandings, no miscommunication between your employees, and helps protect your business legally. So if you've been in business for a while and especially have employees, you need to get one implemented right away. I do recommend having one that's again looked over by a legal professional. You can go find these ones online, which is all great. It might be a good starting point, but you need to have a legal professional look it over and make sure it's applicable to your area, to your state, your country, whatever you're from. So I encourage you guys to have somebody like that look it over. But all right, gang. Well, if you are interested, we're doing our 2023 planning guide. It's going to be happening on, let's see, make sure I say this right, the December 27th. Yep, at 5 p.m. And we're going to give you a little guide to kind of go through, and we're going to be talking about how to plan not just yourself, but for your landscaping business. And make sure you're setting your goals. We have to write down our goals, and this is going to help you kind of walk through some things and make sure you're thinking things through. So again, that's going to be happening December 27th at 5 p.m. on YouTube and inside the Facebook group. And then the last thing, I just want to remind you that our 3-month accelerator that's going across the top is happening starting in January, the beginning of January. Love to have you guys on board for that. It's going to be a 3-month intensive program where we're walking you through every single week, having a 90-minute coaching call. And, it'll be time for you to hop in, ask questions, go over all the stuff. We're going over numbers, going to go over let's see, sales and marketing. And for March, we're going to be going over employees. So if you're looking to get your numbers straight and make sure you're charging enough, charging your customers the appropriate amount based on your business's numbers, not your competition, not what the going rate is, or not taking the material and multiplying by 2 or 3, that is not going to get you where you need to go. Like I said, we just one of our academy members today just emailed me her P&Ls, and they went up 104% by using the system we have inside the landscape or inside our $1 Million Academy. So this is what we're teaching during this 3-month accelerator. So I'd love to have you guys in there. Love to help you grow your business. Love to help you get your business to where you want it to be. So what's up, bros, mods? How to Hardscape? Appreciate you guys being in here. So again, this is starting in January, the 3-month accelerator. Love to have you guys in there. Get signed up now. We're only opening this up for a certain number of people just because we want to keep it small. We want to keep it intimate and want you to have time to ask questions and get your numbers all squared away. So if you're still struggling, trying to figure out what your overhead is or what overhead is in general, we're going to go through that and have you fill in all these spreadsheets to make it very simple, very quick. We're going to go over equipment. Like I said, equipment is one of those things that many people are shocked in how much it actually costs their business to run and operate. One of the last numbers course members we went through theirs, and they found out just for fuel, just for him to drive his truck for admin side of thing was costing $7,000. And he was kind of blown away by that. So he found out he wasn't charging enough for it. So again, understanding all your numbers is vital to your success in your landscape business. I'd love to help you guys get there. So, all right, gang. Well, I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. I got a few more things I got to do. But I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. We'll be back on probably again tomorrow, in the next couple days, but we'll be talking to you soon. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.